In preparation for moving to Ohio, I had to find out more about Ohio's favorite son, Jeffrey Dahmer. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the... What's our show called again? The Clean Slate Video Club. We meet once a week to talk about movies. If you also like to talk about movies, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. You know, that helps us out in the algorithm quite a bit. And if you're new here, I appreciate you sticking around. We'll try to make it a pleasant experience if we can. But today, as I've said already, I'm moving to Ohio. You know, I currently live in Los Angeles, and now I'm about to have a culture shock, and I just want to learn, you know, LA has its fair share of serial killers, right? We have some really good ones, really iconic ones. California in general we got a lot. So I had to, you know, deep dive into Mr. Dahmer here, and so we watched My Friend Dahmer. Let's hear that logline.
All right, here we go. Strap in, because this is a long one. A young Jeffrey Dahmer struggles to belong in high school.
The end of the movie. Jeffrey Dahmer will return in Avengers Endgame.
I know, literally. One of the most notable characters here was Alex Wolff.
Yeah.
Or actors here.
And he's actually...
He's our kind of horror movie sweetheart.
Yeah, I love him. But he's also playing John or Durf, Back Durf, who is the... He wrote and drew a graphic novel by the same name, My Friend Dahmer. So yeah, this is what it's based on. So it's kind of, I guess, his perspective of his once friend, Jeffrey. They should do like My Friend Epstein. That's like another one. Like growing up with him, like he was just really funny. He'd pretend to be like special needs and like stuff. Anyway, let's get into our little formula of seeing, you know, what we think of this movie. Can you stop laughing?
Sorry, that was just like our opening, yep. That's it. Okay. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. Let's start with acting and performances.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall the acting is pretty good in this movie. I do think Ross Lynch is maybe a little bit underrated in this performance. I know the Dahmer TV show is maybe kind of taking a little bit of the limelight away. But from someone who was just doing like random Disney Channel stuff and like Teen Beach Movie, which I am a fan of Teen Beach Movie 2 specifically. But the fact that he went from that to this kind of performance, I think is pretty cool to see. He does a good job of playing like this awkward and weird dude. Some of it feels a little unhinged, but I think that's intentional. So I think overall the performances are good. I mean, Alex Wolff is obviously kind of doesn't have much to do in this movie, if we're being honest, acting-wise, but he does a great job. The mom actress, I think, is the only one that maybe took me out a little bit, but I don't know. That could be the writing again. Really? It just felt over the top, but I think that might be on purpose.
We have seen her before in another film.
What have we watched her in? She was
a Christmas film.
A Christmas film? What Christmas film have we seen this? Anne Heche. Oh, she's from Ohio. Dang.
Wait, is she dead?
No. Oh my gosh, she died. What? This is crazy.
What?
She died in 2022. How old is this woman?
She died at 53 years old in a car crash.
Wow. Dude.
American died on August 11th at the age of 53 following a fiery high-speed car crash in Los Angeles. On August 5th, she suffered severe inhalation and thermal.
She was on cocaine and fent.
Oh my god.
This is a crazy thing to discover on the podcast. I was like, why hasn't she been anything lately?
So she was just method acting.
No, she has actually another movie coming out, it says. She has another movie coming out. Isn't that crazy? You could have that many things like in the works that you still got. Yeah. That's how we got to get with the podcast. Anyways,
That's crazy.
Overall, I think this movie's well acted. So for acting, I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah, I'm going to say pretty much everybody in this, like, I bought into it. I don't think any actress actually actor took me out.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll probably give it about a 4.5.
Did you like Lynch's portrayal of Dahmer? Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I think... Well, this might be moving on to our writing portion of it, but the only thing is I think they try to depict Dahmer as a victim here.
Okay, yeah, that's writing.
While just kind of being weird.
Yeah.
And, but the way he plays it, I think, is really
It's probably
well done.
spot on, I'd imagine.
Especially the things like when he is like kind of going back and forth between ending somebody or not ending somebody, right? You see the portrayals of him waiting in the bushes with the bat, or when his friend is leaving the house at the very end and he almost takes him out there. Like, that scene is so tense.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of want to talk about that scene a little bit.
Okay. Let's get into it now. Let's just jump into writing.
So, writing and story here, I think that scene especially, so, right, like, that the whole movie is this, like, Jeffrey Dahmer is this quiet, awkward kid, but then this group of guys take him in.
Yeah.
And, you know, they just kind of have him act weird, and he's accepted. People
I feel
think
like we've
he's
all
funny
had
because
a
he's
friend
acting
like
weird.
this.
Right.
Where you're like, they could be a school shooter, but, like, they're my friend.
Right.
But not really.
I don't know. It seemed like at the end of the movie, there was way more tension between Jeffrey and this other kid.
Durf.
That I don't know if they, like, really earned that tension. Like, I felt the tension, but, like, they were hanging out with him still. They were all together. They even played into it being like, hey, man, you're kind of being a little weird right now. Just, like, ring it in. Like,
yeah.
Right? They did all these things. So at the end of the movie, when he goes, we were just making jokes. Like, we were just joking around with you. Like, I don't know. It seemed a little bit off.
I see what you're saying. No, I 100% agree. But I do think because it's from one of these kids' perspectives as far as the story, like the writing of the story goes, that you don't really know what your friends are thinking, and like you're shallow when you're a teenager, right? So you're not like perceiving things the same way an adult would. So I'm wondering if maybe this plays out better in the graphic novel, if that tension was more imagined than it was literal. Like maybe, because it almost seems to me like Dahmer doesn't actually care about these friendships.
Yeah.
It was just a way for him to get attention, ultimately.
Right.
And I guess you could maybe argue like it's kind of him going down two paths of like being a class clown versus being this sick, perverted freak. Those are just his options, I guess. But I don't know. I get what you're saying 100%. But there's also, some other, I guess, almost stiffness to that relationship that doesn't quite make for entertaining film.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of got to the point where I was like, this scene, the very end scene where he's like, you know, just come in for a beer with me or whatever. Like, you feel the tension of being like, all right, man, I'm going to just kind of head home. And then now it's like become this walk slow chase scene. And my heart was like racing, bro. But then when he just said like, I'm sorry, bro, we're just joking around. He's like, well, come have a beer with me and all will be forgiven. And it was like, wait, what? Like, there wasn't much to forgive there. Like, you were like hanging out with these guys. I would say the only part that did like switch for them is when like the scene about prom. With like, who would in their right mind want to go with Dahmer to prom?
Yeah.
But that also just feels like kind of like guys hazing on each other.
Which some dudes
everybody
take
kind of does
more
that.
Personally, which is like we had a particular friend. Okay, just bleep his name out at least. I was saying we had a friend who asked us, and he was like, "Hey guys, could you stop maybe bullying me or like joking hard against me or whatever?" Or like, do you remember that? He was like, "Can you guys just take it easy on me?" And then we were like, "Oh yeah." And then he would make like a joke towards one of us. He'd be like, "Bro, what? Take it easy on me." Do you remember that? Yes. Light bullying.
Wait, was that the same
person?
Was it the same? Oh,
you gotta bleep that out. I think he watches.
No, no shot.
I've been sent text.
Well, Seth, if you're watching,
stop! You have to bleep it out.
Grow a dick, dude.
That's bad. That's bad. That one's bad. Anyways, hopefully none of our friends have turned out to be serial killers. We don't know yet, but
Yeah, that's true. They have turned out to be balding, so
most of us are.
no, I'm not. Knock on wood.
The next day, get a text, dude, my hair is falling out.
Anyway, okay, so yeah, with story and writing, I think it's overall a really good story.
Yeah.
It kind of leaves you wanting more. The only problem that I have with this is that it does feel more of like he's a victim rather than he's this disgusting psycho person, which again, I get it. There's no real villain, there's no real hero when it comes to these things. Like in real life is messy.
Yeah.
People are complicated, people have layers.
Like his mom
so I'm trying
sucked.
to understand
Like
that as well.
His family sucked. But they weren't
Sure.
physically abusive or anything like that.
No, but I did. Yeah, never mind. I'll leave that there. Anyway, so for story and writing, I'm conflicted, but I'm gonna go. I want to give it a 4, but in my heart, I feel like a 3.5 is more accurate.
Yeah.
To what I think of the story and writing.
Yeah, I'm also gonna give it a 3. Yeah, I just think there could have been more to it, I guess. But then,
Yeah.
that might stray away from what the story is trying to do if it goes too far, because then it just becomes a serial killer movie. This isn't quite that. This is kind of like the curiosity of like why is he this way, and you kind of get that idea of why he is.
Yeah.
I feel like he was already kind of cooked wrong in the oven. If you nature versus nurture, I don't know with Jeffrey what the deal is. It might be a bit of both, I guess, but it's his dad was like, "Yo, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, you need to chill out."
Okay. All right. Cinematography, visuals, and score here. What do we think?
I think visually it does what it needs to do. I think this little town in Ohio is nice looking. It doesn't do anything crazy though. There are moments where like I think the camera does create really good tension. So like the end scene with the shovel, like the way that's filmed is really great. Even the scene where he's with the doctor getting his physical, which is a nasty kind of weird, uncomfy scene, but the way that's filmed makes it feel that way. And also the color grade is kind of nice on this. It's kind of cold. I don't know. I think overall they do a good job with it. I would say maybe a
Right.
3.5.
Yeah, I would say the best parts that stood out for me were when they would hold on Jeffrey just a little bit, or those slow
Those
zooms
facial
in.
expressions.
Yeah, to like really capture that, which is kind of both acting and camera.
Yeah.
So for me, I would say, yeah, it's nothing crazy. There's no real
Over the
super
top.
amazing artistic cinematography here. So yeah, I'll probably sit in the middle on it on 3. It's
I think
good, but it's nothing like.
The scenes that
not bad.
I really liked was the driving scenes. I think, especially that towards the end when he goes to pick up the hitchhiker, I think the way they filmed that was really cool. So there's like a few like
Yeah.
moments where the camera does shine, but it's not. Yeah, it's just not over the top.
Yeah, it doesn't steal a show. Okay, editing and pacing. I would actually say that this movie has a really good pace to it. Like, because it's almost like there's this underlying, like, Jeffrey Dahmer. A lot of people do know the story of Jeffrey Dahmer. So seeing him in this format is really different. And it's almost like you're waiting for the monster or beast to rise up and rise out. And it comes close, right? There's a couple of times where you're like, oh my God, it's going to happen. But it never fully does. So I would say that this movie does leave you wanting more. And I was never really bored during this movie. I was actually kind of like pleasantly like at the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it is a slower movie, but it's intentionally slow. And it is a nice pace. And you might even laugh a little bit here and there. You'd be like, Dahmer's kind of not that bad.
Right.
I hope I don't clip that on accident later, but
Yeah, no, exactly.
yeah,
Dahmer isn't bad. Here it is.
that bad. But he could be worse, at least as a high schooler. So
Could be wearing a trench coat and
yeah, there's so much Dahmer stuff too. Like we keep doing these true crime films, and I'm getting more and more piqued interest-wise into doing even more deep dives. Do you know there's a Dahmer film starring Jeremy Renner?
Whoa.
Yeah, imagine getting killed by Jeremy Renner. Gross.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. So editing and pacing, I'm going 4. I think it's really good. Actually, it does what it's supposed to do and a little bit more. Okay, so overall, I think this movie, again, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. This movie is really good. It's very entertaining. I do think it does stray away a little bit from just, like, source in terms of just, like, how likable they made Jeffrey Dahmer. Again, he could be very much so likable.
I mean, the yearbook prank is hilarious.
Yeah, and exactly. He was a part of that in the entire time. So it was that's why I don't get the whole ending part.
Crazy.
Really?
Yeah, crazy. You know, it kind of reminds me of, do you remember, I can't say this person's name. Do you remember Joel? Joel vibes, dude. Yeah. Where it's like he's funny, but like in the back of your head, you're like, there's something not quite right about that guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, I'm going to give this movie a 3.5. I want to give it higher. I've seen it. This is my second time seeing it. So,
yeah.
And my first I looked back at my previous review, and I did the same thing where it was a 3.5. So, yeah, I just missing a little bit of something in the formula. But it is a shame that it flopped because this performance given by Lynch is great. I kind of feel bad for Ross Lynch. So, I don't know. I think it's a worthwhile watch, though.
Yeah, it's actually, I was going to say the exact same thing, a 3.5 for me. It is kind of sad because this movie was top tier when it first came out. Like, everybody wanted to watch this movie. But now it's nowhere to be found besides free on YouTube, which I think is a testament to how poorly this movie is continuing to sit in the archives. So, anyway,
Fun fact, before we go. Before you end it, they filmed this in the town where Jeffrey Dahmer grew up, and they filmed in his house where he grew up.
Yo.
That's crazy, right? I just saw that, so I had to share.
To see, like, documentary clips of just, like, people, like, being like, this feels weird to be in
here. Yeah, I would feel
so
awkward.
I want to see that.
It's wild. Anyways, let's close.
That's insane. All right, guys. Well, that is My Friend Dahmer, and I think that does it for our Ohio movie. Oh, no, we got one more
Ohio movie. To prep me.
And so this is going to be Carson's welcoming home to his new state, new time zone. And so we will watch Deer Hunter next week if you guys want to watch it before it comes out on our podcast. But until then, we have plenty of episodes that you guys can go watch. If you haven't seen us, as always, like, subscribe, follow us on wherever you can find social. Be kind, rewind. We will see you next week.
Peace.